What we want to do with this hour is basically have more of a dialogue with you in the audience. So we are going to invite questions very early on. We'll just do a 15-minute thing, and then you can line up over here, and we'll do that. Because I'm sure that, you know, if you've been following our material for a while, so a lot of people write to us, and we don't have a chance to write back. So this is an opportunity for that. I will say that most of our new information, I mean, if we get information, it goes on the website. That's basically what's happening. So you're as up to date as we are, pretty much. There are some areas that, you know, either we haven't been able to go into detail because we've been told that we'd be killed if we did. But I have to tell you that most of those times, I've basically, in some way, form, or fashion, we actually have revealed the material. If you were listening closely, you would have caught on to some of those things. And we might do that again today, just briefly, you know, touch on some things that we've been told not to tell you. Like one of those things, I'm live on the internet, right? So if I die tomorrow, you'll know that, whatever. Don't take Tamiflu. It's not just the vaccine that'll kill you. Okay, we have that from a very important source. Yeah. It's not just the Tamiflu also. I hope I can't get sued. That's my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not qualified to give medical advice. And there's another remedy out there. The name I don't know the brand name, but apparently it's as contaminated as the Tamiflu is. So sad to say that some people, I'm not going to name their names, out on the internet are recommending Tamiflu. But buyer beware. What's going on here?
It's not, the PowerPoint's not coming up.
It's a PDF, turn it to a PDF.
No, I know what, go ahead and open what you need, but this is stretched.
Oh, that doesn't matter. You don't have to stretch as long as you can see it. There must be where you go.
Is this it?
Yeah, that's it.
So then you
Full screen, there should be an option. Yeah.
It's perfect.
That's fine. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so we can zoom by telling people, there was not one person here that's not familiar with us. I don't think so. Basically, I'm going to zip by our mission and all this sort of thing. But this is where I want to start with the questions. Okay? These are the real questions that we're asking here. And some of the people that have been on stage are basically alluding to all these things. Rich Dolan did in his talk, and so did Alex Collier. The bottom line is that not all ETs are friendly and have your best interests at heart, that we're definitely being visited. That's a no-brainer. And so the question is, what is their agenda? And who are they? And so that in that area, there is no expert source, and you can't even go to Black Projects and get some definitive document that's out on the internet and say you did research and therefore you found out the truth. So these are the issues we're dealing with, is providence of information, yes, but if you want to be mentored by the good ETs and prepare yourself for surviving and for humanity's sovereignty, then you're really talking about contact. And that, therefore, you have to have responsible contact. You need to not be deceived. You need to use discernment. And these are the issues that we're facing. And how do you do that? So we want to address some of that. We also want to talk about some recent attacks on Camelot and what that means, not because we're going to go into particulars. Actually, we're not. We're not going to name names. But what we want to say here is that there is a motion or a movement out there against what we're doing here, because you guys we've reached what we think is critical mass. Okay, so that means and that's thanks to you. Okay, that means that right now, I don't know what our numbers are on the internet, but every day we have around 30,000 visitors. Is that again correct?
Between 30 and 50.
30 and 50, okay. So that's a day. I mean, that's like, well, to me it sounds big. I know when George Green initially talked to us, he was talking about where critical mass would be, like how many thousand critical mass would be, or even million. And we've had 9 million visitors to our site, over 9 million. And that doesn't even count the sites out there that have grabbed us and made mirror sites and all kinds of things. So, so that means that the word is getting out and the world is beginning to wake up in a big way. And then there is a counter motion against that that is trying to put out disinfo about us. So one of the reasons we're going to open this up for questions, you just ask us the hard questions. It's cool. Let's have dialogue. And, you know, it's great that you bought tickets, and we really appreciate your support. And for those of you who donate to us, you are keeping us going. That's just the bottom line. You know, I don't care what the powers that be say. You know, you guys are paying my rent, and you're paying for this right now, and you're paying for whatever we do. Anytime we have an interview that comes out, audio, you name it. We don't get paid to do the radio show either. So, you know, we're just dedicating our whole lives to this cause, and that's what it's about.
Let me clarify something here when Kerry says the donations are paying her rent. I get emails usually every month. Ted, I need more volume on this mic here.
Use this for now.
Okay. I get emails from Kerry pretty much every month, and sometimes twice every month, saying, I do not know how I'm going to pay next month's rent. Okay. Next month's rent always somehow gets paid, and I know that some of you will have at some point in your life experienced the same problem. Quite a long time ago, we gave up worrying about this, but the point of this opportunity to talk to you, and also to talk to the people who are watching on the net or will see this later in some form, is that we really deeply thank you for your support in every way. We are not able to respond to all the messages that we get. We do read them. We thank you deeply for the donations, because every dollar counts. We're not doing a fundraiser here. We just want to acknowledge it. And it really, really matters, and we're aware of this all the time. And somebody who's a millionaire who sends us $1,000, sometimes it doesn't touch us. Now, I need to be very careful what I'm saying, but I remember once I got a donation from a 13-year-old boy in Poland who sent $2, and that's all he had, you know. And that kind of thing really moves us, because that means a lot, and it's the energy that we communicate that is as nourishing to us as the physical stuff. We know that you understand all of this, and the energy that keeps us going also is in the form of people who write to us to say that we've touched their lives, and sometimes even transformed their lives. And some people